Hey guys, how you doing? So this is kind of just a thing that me and my friends wanted to do because we thought it'd be fun. Um, we don't know what to call it yet, so I don't know. It's just a podcast right now, but um, yeah, this is kind of just a thing that three of three of my friends wanted to do, and it's fun. So, uh, we talk about everything pretty much. Video games, movies, comic books, everything. But it's for fun. We're probably gonna try and do it every week, probably every Friday or so. Um, they might get released Saturday or Sunday during the weekend. We record them Friday and then we'll release them during the weekend. So that's how it's gonna work. So thanks guys, enjoy. I think we should talk about how DLC, especially with the new Destiny DLC that just came out, how DLC is destroying my asshole and the game industry's asshole.
All right. Well, I understand that this is going to be a fun topic to talk about. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about Destiny's DLC, as I am one of the people who bought it. So,
You fucking bot. Oh, okay. I can't. Okay, so.
I'll be the neutral party. Hi.
Yeah, because I've actually never played DLC or Destiny,
I,
but
I've never played any DLC.
but but I
DLC.
I can I just don't understand. Like I understand DLC as an idea, or like I get it if maybe you come up with new ideas later, but you don't want to make a full game. Yeah, that's fine.
you
But
haven't heard
if
anything about the crap that Destiny's pulled?
no, I don't know
Oh my
that.
god.
But
Okay.
and we're probably gonna talk about it. But
Whoa. Okay.
just like I think that's fine. But like if you have already DLC basically made, that it could just go into the game, but you
It
release it.
wasn't. It was in the game. That's the issue.
Oh my god. Okay, so.
The first DLC was in the game. Like the areas, all it was spawners were missing.
So what these fuckers did, they made the goddamn area for the game, right? And like was it a glitch or was it like hackers?
It was a glitch.
It was a glitch. You could go in and see all the shit that was for the DLC that they just didn't put in the game. And then Destiny has this story that's non-existent, and if you want to finish
Yeah.
it, literally you have to buy the DLC to finish the original story. There's no. Okay, so.
Because people are viewing it as Halo. It's not Halo. The game, you don't buy the game as Halo. It's like buying into World of Warcraft. The World of Warcraft still hasn't came out with a finishing expansion pack to the story.
Yeah, but.
The Taken King has its own story. Crota's End was its own story. The only thing that really wasn't its own story was House of Wolves, which just expanded upon the kind of like the lore in the universe.
Right, but. If
The
it's.
the problem was that it was in the game. I'll agree. That's an issue, and that's fucked up.
And I think it has something to do as well with the developers basically lying about what the game is. Because I thought that it was kind of like a Borderlands 2 ripoff. I had no idea that it was more of a MMO kind of thing. It's not really even an MMO though. But and everyone else thinks that it's just like a shooting hunter killer bang bang shoot bang game.
Destiny doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
It
See,
doesn't.
I
It just
played
doesn't.
maybe in.
It kind of seems like a Borderlands game.
Well,
That's what I
see,
thought,
I'm
too.
gonna say this. I played a few, maybe an hour of it at one point, just fooling around, and I will say that I had a good time. It was kind of fun, but it was kind of fun because it felt like Borderlands. That's why I found it
It
fun
doesn't know.
because I'm a huge fan of Borderlands.
I don't know how long I played it when you brought it over, Joey, but I played it, and it was stupid. I fought a boss, and the
Well, the
bosses
bosses are retarded.
the bosses are just giant health pits. They're not like hard or in any way. They're not like you just shoot it until it dies, and then that's it. And then maybe you get a good item, maybe. And
Destiny has a major problem with that.
yeah,
You
they
put
do.
hours and hours. I just got my first exotic, and I've put probably 30 hours into the game.
That
It's a
is
grind
ridiculous.
fest.
So I guess it is an MMO technically, but
It is.
that
It
doesn't
is.
it doesn't excuse that. I feel like they had, cause and no,
Listen, it's not. They went to Activision. Bungie had an idea where they wanted to make a Halo cowboy like adventure, which I think they wanted to do an MMO. I think they wanted Halo Reach, the MMO, and I thought that sounds awesome. It really does.
and
The issue is they ended up going to a new publisher, Activision, for a 10-year contract.
yep, and that's I
And
think that is where the problem lies.
they fired Marty O'Donnell, and they lost a lot of the original Bungie people.
Yeah, I think in no way prior to its release did I see in any way in any of its marketing that they were depicting it as an MMO. That's what I'm saying. As
Mhm.
I'm gonna say what I have to say as if Destiny was not an MMO. So I think that I didn't care about DLC before Destiny, because it's just like you get the game, and if you want some extra stuff to go fuck around with your video game guys, then you can do that. Let's take Bioshock's DLC, Bioshock Infinite's DLC, for example. The Bioshock Infinite story is wrapped up very nicely at the end there for the whole game. But if you wanted a little more, if you wanted the story expanded, which was not necessary to understand the story, then you could do that. You could put in money to buy that, and then you get an experience, a story experience. But for the base game, it was wrapped up completely, and you didn't need to give them extra money for you to get the more story. In Destiny, how much is the DLC
Now or at launch?
launch?
Launch, it was $20 for each.
Okay, so
Each DLC was
that's
20
not
bucks.
that bad. I thought it was 30.
It's not
bucks.
atrocious,
It's not
but the thing
atrocious,
is,
but it could be.
Crota's end was bad because it's people discover that the ending to Destiny was not satisfactory. Imagine, this is my own personal preference. I got the game after the first DLC, but I could see how people be pissed about this. Imagine fighting enemies that are named Crota's summons. Like you're like, okay, this guy Crota's a badass. He's summoning all these fuckers to come kill me. At the end of the game, you don't face Crota. Crota's in DLC.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, that sounds
that's
dumb.
how they fucked up. That's how they
Yes.
lost a majority of their people.
exactly.
Well,
That's where the problem lies.
I think
the
I think
other
a
two
good
DLCs are fine.
I think a good summary of like my opinion of DLCs is just like you can take Sims, and one of the DLCs you can get for like, or two of them you can get for like $20 each. It's like pets and seasons, but you could just put pets and seasons in the base game like Sims 4 was $70. Why can't you just put pets and seasons in the base game? Why would I have to spend $40 more to get pets and seasons?
Well, that's the thing though. You still get the full Sims, quote unquote Sims experience
I just think
from the
like
base
it should,
game.
because pets and seasons isn't like the more, because there's ones where you can go off to there's one where you can go to college and you can live in a dorm.
See, so that would be cool for
That's
someone
a
that likes
DLC.
Sims. Yeah,
That's a
DLC.
big DLC. But like pets and seasons, it's one of those things that I think maybe should come with the game.
Yeah,
And whereas game developers always do that, they have ideas for DLC that like it's not completely changing it, but it should go in the game maybe. But then they're like, wait, let's hold off. Let's make them pay $60 and then release this a week later and be like, yeah, this is $20. So get this if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, The Sims has a problem just because I don't think they have any original ideas anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
Pets and
basically
Seasons
like,
was probably once a DLC, and it was probably actually big news because The Sims 3 probably didn't have it. But then once The Sims 4 has it, the next Sims can't do it. It's just stupid.
Right. And I think if we let, because I don't think anyone else thinks that it's a MMO. Because I talked
Destiny
because I talked
or
to
The
kids.
Sims?
Destiny. Destiny. Because I talk to kids at my school that play it all the time, and they are very unaware that it is very MMO-ish in the way it's
But-
kind of designed.
The issue is that it's a first-person shooter, Borderlands type MMO, but it doesn't take advantage of anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't take advantage of the Borderlands aspect. Doesn't take advantage of the MMO aspect.
Yes.
So what's the point?
So what's
That's
the
the
point?
That's the problem. It's a really fun and it's really well designed shooter. It just doesn't understand what it is.
And I think if this is because what I said is like
Your opinion's wrong.
You cannot get the full experience from playing the base Destiny game. You can't because the story isn't finished. You have to buy the DLC to finish the story, and that's what I'm saying. If developers start using DLC to finish their games, which should already
yeah,
be
that's going to be
finished,
ridiculous.
then that's going to start being a problem. I've only seen it in Destiny so far, but if other games start doing this, because I'm thinking that Destiny's making a shit ton of money right now from their DLC, and if they see that, and if other companies start doing that shit, then it's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah. And I just
already
can't. I can't play a game without like story. Like I just really don't see the point. Like I can't really get into MMOs because of it. Because like I just think that there's not really much point. Because sure you get a bunch of cool items, but Borderlands had a story. It was still there. Whereas playing Destiny, I just got like there's a feeling of progression, and you get armor, you level up, you get guns. Yeah.
the thing is, the
that's
Taken King, Crota's End. The problem with it still was there was really no story. Same with the next one, which I can't remember what it's called right now. House of Wolves.
Have they
This-
said how many?
The Taken
DLCs?
King. Probably one more after this, I believe.
Okay.
The Taken King though actually adds more story than all 3 DLCs combined. And it also kind of sums it up. I feel like right now, if you were to go out and buy the game, the full base game for $100, because that's how much it costs for all DLCs and the game,
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's worth it. I feel like it's actually a really good fucking deal for $100.
Real.
I just think if everybody else was beta testing it,
So you're saying.
it's a shit ton of content.
So you're saying that it's worth it, even though, okay, I guess I'm not taking into consideration the gameplay aspect and like the hours of gameplay or whatever, but I'm gonna stick to just to finish my kind of point. So you're saying if a game has as much story as a $60 game, but it's $100, then you're saying it's worth it?
It doesn't have. It has a story of a 60-hour game, but it has a gameplay of like 2 or 3 games.
I mean,
There's a shit ton of gameplay. Shit ton. There's so much. There's so much to do.
I guess. I mean, you got me there, I guess. But I didn't like the game.
It's an MMO. Maybe you're just not an MMO fan.
Which is true. I do not like MMOs, but I like RPGs. Which are different. And for some reason,
RPGs, like, I think RPGs get way too repetitive.
give me an example.
What RPGs have you played?
I mean, like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of RPGs, and like Skyrim is great, but Like Skyrim just it seemed like every single mission was um a go get mission. Like go into this cave, find this thing and bring it back to me and I'll give you some
Yes,
money.
yes,
That's Destiny.
I
It
don't
is mostly that. I will say that
That's
that RPGs
Destiny's
are,
80% of that.
and especially when you're talking about Skyrim, the quests are that. But the
Yeah.
things that are happening, like maybe like the shit that's happening in the tomb interests a lot of people because then you can like go in there and like you might see a ghost like flick a switch and like you might be like what the fuck was that, and like a goddamn rock comes and falls on your head, and then and like you find a little journal that says like, oh, I'm here, I'm trapped in here or whatever, and then you go in and you see the ghost and you're like, hey ghost, why are you fucking with me, and then and then it
I'm pretty sure
fucking,
you're explaining Destiny right now.
and then you just fucking it disappears and
Ghost?
go yeah what.
Yeah.
No, Ghost
The
is Call of
second main
Duty.
character is Ghost.
Yeah. In
Played
Destiny.
by not Dinklebot anymore.
Yeah, it's Nolan North now.
Wait,
Yeah,
the
they
fucking,
re-recorded all the lines, every line, the entire game.
So is the robot's name is Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like I think it has like you're basically doing the same thing but in different places and environments in Skyrim. So I think that's what keeps it interesting for a lot of people.
Like I'm a fan of Skyrim, definitely. And RPGs, I love the idea of RPGs. They sound awesome. But it's just like I have trouble getting into it because of that.
And the thing is too about RPGs is to kind of get a full story experience, you have to fill in a lot of things with actual role playing. Because
Yeah.
that's what I do with every one of my Fallout characters or every one of my any RPG character. I'm like, okay, my guy's like I make up a whole fucking backstory, which makes my guy a lot more interesting and a lot more fun to play. That's how I play RPGs, at least. I don't think a lot of people do that, but like if you make a backstory for
Because,
your guy,
I mean, can't you just do that with Destiny? Forget the whole, no story aspect, add your own story.
yeah, but
I feel like that's what you're explaining.
But like the issue is you shouldn't have to.
well, no,
Well, in either game.
well, you don't have to in
Skyrim's
Skyrim.
a bad
No,
example.
no, no, I know
because
that. Skyrim's
not
Skyrim's
great.
got a story. I
Yeah.
just mean like for Destiny, like I don't know, you shouldn't have to make up your own story.
Yeah,
It should have
exactly.
something.
Like, it's just something I like. If I didn't make up a story for my Skyrim guy, it wouldn't be like. It just makes it more fun, but I'd still be the game would still be very entertaining if I didn't make up a story
Yeah.
for my guy. But if you just have no characterization for your character at all, and Destiny, like I don't see any RPG aspect that would tell me that making
You can create your own
character.
character.
Yeah, I know you can, but like, isn't it like a thing where like, because in Skyrim you can kind of, there is a best armor set, but like you can just kind of wear whatever the fuck you want, and like
Yeah.
if you upgrade it enough, then it'll be as good as the best armor set. But like in Destiny, isn't it like there's a best armor set and everyone wants the best armor set?
Not really. I mean, there's a couple really good ones. Same with guns that people really want.
Are there cosmetics that don't pertain to
Do
like, your
anything?
armor? Yeah.
No,
Okay. So
no, there's not. Unless you're talking only in the Crucible, which is the like Halo matchmaking-ish kind of thing they have.
Mhm.
Then armor doesn't take effect.
And I think that is a reason why people are confused about. And I guess
It doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, I guess so. But still, that I don't think that gives it an excuse to not finish the goddamn game and sell it for $60.
I think that was Activision.
I also do. Yeah, I should say that I don't think this was Bungie's fault at all. I think that
They were
it
rushed.
was It was rushed by the publisher, and then the publisher was like, "Ooh, this is cool. Let's cut that out. Cut that out. Make a DLC.
I don't
Here
even think
comes
that
the
was it,
money."
because apparently people have been saying that there was a lot of content that just never showed up in the game that they beta tested.
Hmm.
Huh. Okay.
Something went wrong, something major.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about DLCs. What I will say is that um, DLCs. I don't hate all DLCs. I'm gonna use Bioshock Infinite's DLC as an
Oh, you
example
did.
again. What?
It's good.
It's good. I love the DLC for Bioshock
I hated the
Infinite.
second DLC.
Oh, I loved it. That's because it was a fucking. I love it. Changed the whole game. It changed it
Yeah,
into
and
a
I
stealth
respect
game.
it for that. The only issue is how badly I suck at stealth games.
Yeah,
Anytime I get a
Yeah,
stealth
trust
game,
me,
I
I
have
know.
I have
He's so
Brian come
bad.
over and beat it.
That's funny. No, but like it was
Can't beat a game
incredible.
except
It
do it.
actually blew my mind for a second. I was like, okay, so I'm Elizabeth, but I'm still gonna be like shooting shit. I might be like delicate or something. I might have less health or whatever, but I'm still gonna be like shooting shit. Maybe I use my powers to like suck up guys and like fuck them up. But no, it was a fucking stealth game. I was like, what? Oh my god! For a second, and then I was like, okay, it's a stealth game, but like it's like I don't see, except for that one DLC for Fallout 3 that just made it like an army first-person shooter for a second. That was a better DLC, but like I haven't seen a DLC that like just changed the gameplay completely like that. So I really like Bioshock Infinite's DLC for doing that, and also it's kind of like as a story aspect, it's like you don't need the DLC to understand the
Yeah.
story of the base game of Bioshock Infinite. It's just kind of like if you want to see more of these characters and if you want to see what happens after the events of Bioshock Infinite, buy our DLC. You don't have to finish the story. The game is finished completely. The base game is, but
Yeah.
and plus you get to go down as Rapture, go down to Rapture as Elizabeth, and that's just cool because I love Rapture, and you know, and okay.
I didn't like that they went back to Rapture.
I kind of wish that they explored a little bit more of
The ending of Bioshock 1, or not Bioshock 1, the ending of Bioshock Infinite where they return. I was like, oh, this is neat. Didn't see this one coming.
Yeah.
That's a cool ending. Like that. I didn't like that they went back to Rapture
yeah.
because
I
the whole point
see.
of Bioshock Infinite was, we're not in Rapture anymore.
Well,
It's like, oh, we're
I
back.
don't- I
And the
don't think
worst
that's-
thing is they're making a new one, and
they're making a
it's
new
gonna be
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
And
Yeah.
I didn't know about this. Let's talk about this. Where is it gonna be? Do we know anything about
It's
it? Wait.
only thing we know is that it's not done by Irrational anymore because they're no longer a company, or it might be, but
Whoa.
it's a
What?
yeah. Irrational quit making games.
Why?
Ken
Why would they do that?
Ken Levine quit, and he cherry picked the best people out of the company and left
Wait.
because yeah, he took the best people and left
Ken
to start
Levine-
like
he's not on it anymore. He's not on Bioshock anymore.
no, he left a long time ago.
Okay, well, it's gonna be complete shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be
owned by
complete
2K
shit.
now.
Like,
Not even Bioshock Infinite was shit. It wasn't even done by Ken Levine all the time. It was done by the same people who did Borderlands the pre-sequel.
What are you talking? What? Ken Levine was
Bioshock
on
Infinite. Yes,
Bioshock
he was on
Infinite?
it for a while. The issue is that it was done by the people. The finishing part of the game was done by the people who made Borderlands the pre-sequel.
What? So what you're saying is like they didn't, like he wasn't on it for the whole time.
He was a
He
creative
wasn't on
aspect
the
to
project?
it, but
That's what I'm saying
yes.
though. Like he was involved in some way in the creative, the creation of the game.
but
like,
he didn't get how he wanted it to be. He didn't get any creative control, which is why he left. Because did you ever see the early types of Bioshock?
I did see. I saw that, and I mean, I don't even think that's. I can't think that's true though, because there's so many aspects. Like, because I saw early interviews where he was like really hyped and like really he was just breaking down everything, like all of his
I think just
inspirations and
slowly over
shit.
time it changed, and then Irrational started going to shit. So they hired, the outside. God, what's their name? They're no longer a company anymore. They're just the people who made the pre-sequel. The people who made the pre-sequel they hired to finish the game.
Is that confirmed? Is that true?
Yeah,
Or is
it's
that
true. You can go ahead and look it up.
huh?
They helped finish the game because Irrational couldn't.
Well, I think Levine still like his
He
mark
did, but
is
I imagine why he left is because he didn't get what he wanted. He wanted a more interesting, story-driven, changing game. He likes Skyrim. Skyrim was a huge thing for him. And oh god, what's that game? Mordor.
Mordor.
Shadow of
Shadows
Mordor?
of
Yeah,
Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. He
Yeah,
loved that. He's
Oh, that was
been
such a good
super
game.
into the
the
whole
changing
enemy
world.
changing. Yes.
Okay,
And that's
sure.
why he cherry picked the best people out of Irrational and started his own company.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was a thing. I didn't know that Irrational stopped making the
I
game.
think there's still technically a thing. I think that he did technically shut down the company, but I think that 2K just kind of like, you know, kept the name.
Mm.
But Ken Levine and a bunch of the best people are gone now, which really pissed off a lot of people that he cherry picked. It was good. It's like what Valve does. You get like 30 guys to actually create, a good game, what they want to do, instead of hundreds of people.
Yeah, but even if he didn't get what he wants, I still I saw him talk about the shit that he wanted to like early before it got delayed for 4 years, and I still see that in the final version of the game that we got. I still see
Yeah,
what
there's
you're
so
talking
much
about
gone.
though. There is a lot gone. That they must have cut a lot of corners with all the it had to have
Elizabeth's powers.
yeah. It had to have been something with the publisher um doing it fucking up
I mean,
every
people
single
got to make
aspect.
money.
Exactly. Maybe it was just too ambitious, you know? You
Mm-hmm.
never really know what's happening like while they're making the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
I liked all of the Bioshocks really.
yeah, I give more credit to BioShock 2 than
Than a
most
lot of
people.
people
Yeah,
do.
than most people
Yeah, I know.
because
I did really like it.
because I like specifically I just love the character, the main antagonist Sophia
Yeah.
Lamb. I just love her. I think she's fantastic and she's kind of endearing in a way that she I don't know. She's just a really cool character to me, and I think the characters in actually that's not true at all.
Bioshock 2 made the universe a lot more broader and cooler. The issue was the ending.
Yeah, I think that's
Why?
And then
What was wrong with
yeah,
the ending?
it was the same thing as the first one.
it just a big dumb big. I like the ending of Bioshock though,
I liked it the first time.
because because
What I
like
wasn't fun was getting the game to be like, oh shit, this game's great. This game's great. And then at the ending, it's like, wait a second, I gotta find 3 pieces to.
wait
But
a
I
second.
already I did
I
this.
did this. This is
I did
Bioshock
this
2,
the first time.
right? This is the first time.
This time I'm just finding skinnier pieces of suits. I hated it. That was
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
But I think it was because like the people say that like it was like for Bioshock 1 people say that like it was a triumph of like beautiful story with a beautiful world, but then they just had a big dumb boss fight at the end. I don't see it as a big dumb boss fight. I loved that he turned into this kind of weird creature thing that you had to kill because he turned himself into that monster. It has like a bunch of story symbolism bullshit in it that I really liked. But yeah, so.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that that was kind of random.
But I liked
Just
it. I thought,
but like, I don't know. I guess it's saying that because he turned, like you said, he turned into this big distorted monster, and maybe that's supposed to symbolize that
like greed or like power
monsters
greed.
don't exist. So, yeah, like power, but also like actual fictional monsters don't exist. Monsters are people.
Yes, that is. Yeah,
And
that's a good. That's a
and
good.
what
That's
drives people to become those types of monsters is greed, and that's what he
greed,
was. He was
power.
greedy. He wanted
Yes.
everything,
He wanted-
and in the end, he became as ugly as he was on the inside.
Yes. So I think it has
Like-
more symbolism.
Like a reverse Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Yes. I think it has more symbolism in it than people give it credit for.
Steven's crying right now.
Well, the thing is, the last time I played Bioshock was like fucking
2000.
near it came out.
When
And then
9/11 happened.
Yeah, fucking. And then when Brian bought me the bundle, I went back to it and I thought it was awful. I couldn't play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Which game
like
did you play?
he's used
Game
to
sucks.
yeah
It's just not up to
yeah.
par.
See,
So that's what I,
I
thought
don't
of
have
Diablo 2.
I don't have that problem with like actual good games like Bioshock. Doesn't bother me, even though it's super out of date. The graphics aren't as good. It doesn't bother me if it's a good game, but like
I
there are
still
certain
love.
games
Like I think
that
it's fun. I think the gameplay is fun.
yeah, no, I liked it, but like I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely
because I've played games like that.
It's definitely a bit more. Well, I don't think it's clunky because like compared to, I played System Shock and System Shock 2, and that shit's a, ooh, that's like a fucking, whoa, that was made in like 1806 or some shit like that. But so like Bioshock for me is like, I don't know, it's just really good. Hey guys, thanks for watching our first podcast. So I want to kind of talk about names here for the podcast. I was thinking about some names, but I'm not sure. If you guys can kind of get a feel for what we're kind of about from this video, then please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.